Chris for promoting it. She's always so great getting the word out. Listen to that cheer. A lot of us find out about what's happening, and not only does she tell you what's happening, but she shows up for the event. So it's greatly appreciated, all her support. And then I want to thank, and I'm going to bring him out, and he's going to be our MC today, David Bean. David has been in the music business his whole life, and right now he is kind of the face of K-Squid Radio in the Monterey Bay, and they've been really active in Santa Cruz for many years, and they now are broadcasting in Santa Cruz. And we need radio because radio plays the music that you're going to hear today. They've been playing some of the acts that are here today, and we need radio. So I'm going to turn it over to David. Thank you so much for coming, and enjoy the day. We'll be back. David.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I'm down here representing K-Squid. I've been at a lot of radio stations starting in Carmel decades ago. There's a station called KLRB was here locally. It was one of the first ones before all the rest of them. And radio has evolved, and I'm a firm believer that we need radio for communities. It's a voice for community, and that's what KSQD is. We have local people have shows. Local musicians are on all the time, local talk shows talking about events, politics, and anything else goes on in the area. And it's nice having a radio station that allows people to come on and have a voice in the media. And that's what KSQD is. The studio is in Santa Cruz, but we bought 3 frequencies. So we're in Salinas and King City and Watsonville and Santa Cruz. The frequencies are 89.5, 89.7, and 90.7. So you can't miss us on that FM dial if you go looking for it. And it streams online worldwide at ksqd.org. So please come discover us. It's been great representing the station down here in the Monterey Salinas area and supporting the bands and musicians from down here, letting people up North Bay know who's down here, and vice versa, bringing bands from up there down here. And that brings me to right now. Up in Santa Cruz, Dan and Laural have been mainstays in the music community for well over a decade. And a couple of the hardest working musicians in the whole area, and I'm really proud to introduce them to you right now, Dan and Laural.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to Jason, who's doing sound today too, and also all of this setting up with all these crazy musicians, dealing with all of us in a really wonderful, wonderful way. Give it up for Jason Stout, everybody. Thank you very much. We're very happy to play here for you today. Here's a song called Comrades.
Old man Fear is 10 feet tall, thinks he's small, thin as all. Old man Fear is 10 feet tall, for wraps his head through the thunder Lady Sorrow dressed in black, she looks back down the track. Lady Sorrow dressed in black, sunlight she sees not, only baggage brought. Young man Haste has no time in his prime, spin a dime. Young man Haste has no time, no concern, no care, off to who knows where. Down, 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 comrades take me down, oh down, down, down. Purge me of the past, Phoenix rising fast. Mother Worry wrings her hands, doorway stands, propped and scans. Mother Worry wrings her hands, mouth drawn thin and tight. knuckles hard and wide. Daughter anger makes a scene. She's 15, mouth obscene. Daughter anger makes a scene, pushes love away. Welcome slow and free. Down, down, down. Comrades, take me down. Oh, down, down, down. Purge me of the past. Phoenix rising fast. And perhaps become too perfect to be loved. Time marches on and her clothes must be traded. Tall, thinks he's small, thin as all. Old man fear is 10 feet tall. Foil wraps his head, filled with thoughts of dread.
We're gonna do a tune here called Dawning of a New Day. And real pleasure to play it for y'all. It's off our first album that we're sold out of. But we have our album just before the pandemic that we made here. We have 200 copies here. So lighten our load. Also, even it's crazy, I have a shrink wrapped couple of copies of my first album, my cassette from 1995 here. Those two are free. Those 2 copies are free. If you have a cassette tape in your truck, you want to listen to me when I was 18, go ahead. It's fun. And yeah, anyway, real pleasure to be here. A song called Dawning of a New Day.
Everywhere I'm going, I'm trying to set the scene for the dawning of a new day. Finally deciding to make the change. Got this head full of rhythm, but there's fog in my brain. Listen, sweet sister, I'm about to catch a train to the dawning of a new day. As long as I remember the sun's been down, can't find the truth and the truth I have found. Staring at the river and the stars about to drown into the dawning of a new day. The dawning of a new day. Train along with me. We can't stay here. We gotta get free. Say goodbye to the gray machine. The train to the crown of the sinister queen. Yeah. high, dancing and laughing as the world's going by. The sky's on fire, we're basking in the rays, the dawning of a new day. Tired of drifting in this crazy dream, 2 feet running on gasoline. Everywhere I'm going, I'm trying to set the scene for the dawning of a new day. As long as I remember the sun's been down, can't find the truth in the truth I found. Staring at the river and the stars about to drown into the dawning of a new day. One more time. As long as I remember the sun's been down, can't find the truth in the truth I found. Staring at the river and the stars about to drown into the dawning of a new day. The dawning of a new day.
I like seeing all these people we know in the crowd. Isn't that sweet? All you folks, love you all. What a nice pleasure and treat. What a nice day.
So we released a new music video last week, and it's for this next song called Country Beauty Queen. We live up in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and we went out to Wilder Ranch to record sort of a song in like an old-fashioned setting. And we're going to play it for you now, but you can check it out on our website, danandlaurel.ca, and YouTube and all those places.
This is a little story song. Basically, have you ever been on the market? And you're on the market and someone else is on the market and you're looking out and you're going, oh man, wouldn't it be great if that person fell in love with me? But then they go fall in love with somebody else. And then you're sitting there going, oh, well, that's nice and all, but you're kind of sad that that person isn't into you, but into that other person that was on the market. So that's what this song is about. And we hope you enjoy it. It's Country Beauty Queen. Here we go. 2, 3.
She was born upon a farm in the year of '83. She was the quintessential country beauty queen. There's seldom queens in country life, but she deserved a crown. When she took her little brother out to play, she was the talk of Cleveland's town. She was on the line with every lonesome dreamer looking for the road. Rising up to meet us, she didn't realize all the eyes crying goodbyes when she fell in love. She met him out on the street, serenading for a dime. Something captivated her. She was hanging on a rhyme. Somewhere along the skies above, rain came tumbling down, and they ran away that summer day to find that higher ground. She was on the line, every lonesome dreamer looking for the hope. Rising up to meet us, she didn't realize all the eyes crying goodbyes when she fell in love. Life was writing pages, turning them so fast. She had no chance to look behind to see what chapter passed. Somewhere along the skies above, their dreams were flying high. Every time she kissed him, it would distance every guy. She didn't know how love found her. She'd never been aware of hearts beating with every meeting until she found him there. She was on the mind, Very lonesome dreamer looking for the road, rising up to meet her. She didn't realize all the eyes crying goodbyes. When she fell in love, she was on the mind. Very lonesome dreamer looking for the road, rising up to meet her. She didn't realize all the eyes crying goodbyes. When she fell in love,
So much. We really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to the West End in August. And if you have noticed that Dan has a slight accent that is not from around here,
Yeah, I'm trying to hide it, folks.
you have guessed right. He is not from Texas, and he's
From Liverpool.
or from Liverpool, or where else could you be from?
Well, I don't know, but I keep on thinking of all the accents I could do. Yeah, this is another one. Oh, when I wrote out one bright May morning early, when I wrote out one bright May morning early, I met a maid upon the way. She was her mama's darling with me, hurrah, hoppity-down, starry-duck-a-day-doo. Ireland.
Did someone say Ireland? Dan is actually from Canada. He's from the middle of Canada. He has a song called North of North Dakota because a lot of Americans don't know where, well, hopefully they know where Canada is, but they don't know where Manitoba is. And so he's from basically the area that is bordering Manitoba into Ontario. It's the beautiful Canadian Shield. And we met 12 years ago online. Dan found a YouTube video of me. It looked like his friend out in BC, and so he clicked on it, but then he's like, oh, this is someone else. Who is this
He's a
playing
really
violin?
great violinist and not like my buddy on PC. So I said,
I passed the audition.
yeah, I'm like going, I gotta meet this person or something someday and find out how to get in touch with her for maybe some remote recording. And I didn't expect that I'd be living here for 10 years, 11 years now. So that's really wild, folks. I am thawing out a bit. And,
So anyway, we became Facebook friends. About a year later, we did a tour together. That went really well. Dan invited me up to Canada. We did some touring up there. That went really well. And kind of the rest is history. We did get married at one point, and he moved down here and did the whole green card thing. But that first summer when we were traveling together in Canada, my grandfather was passing away, and so I needed to come back home for a little bit. And just to kind of clear my mind, I went out to Big Sur and was going up kind of the Sykes Hot Spring Trail, but a rattlesnake stopped me in my tracks and turned me around. It wasn't going to go anywhere. I was going to have to go somewhere, and so I started back to my car, and I started hearing this little melody just kind of on the breeze, and I think that rattlesnake was trying to turn me around so that I could get back to my car where my phone was, so I could record the melody. And when I went back to Canada later that summer to resume touring with Dan, he came up with some really interesting chords that made the song kind of sound spooky. And at that point, I just blurted out, I think we just wrote ourselves the Ghost Lovers Waltz.
Ghost Lovers Waltz, BBC Radio 2.
Tundra, which we have possibly never performed live before. We actually, in order for Dan to come down here and tour with me that first time, the work permit requirement was for Dan to come into the country and play his first show within 24 hours of arriving.
That's
So
the London Bridge Pump.
there was no practice, except for yeah, it's true. Linda was there. River Voices is next, we'll hear her. But we ended up doing all this practice with basically Dan sending me vocal and guitar tracks and me overdubbing the violin in my voice. So we kind of knew what we were gonna sound like, but when we finally got on stage together, it's like, wow, it's kind of like we're the Dan and Laural cover band. This is interesting. And this was one of those early overdubs, which for some reason we just never really played, but we brought it out just the other day, and we thought, let's do it now. So you guys get to hear it.
A little song called Flowers in the Tundra. 1, 2, 3, 1. She was talking about breaking down in the colors of the summer, singing through the silence with her laughter so wild. Her magnetic myth pulls you in to discover passion has its price. She's a broken man's child. She walks like a dancer with her roses all stolen. Her sweet talkers are roving as they slowly run away. She hides in an alley, preying on dreamers. She's fortune's sweet mistress, and misfortune awaits. Her eyes cry sweet tears like the flowers in the tundra, clearing her path from that long ago gone cold. Every tear melts and more tears are falling between her feet. Lies a path turning gold. She knows no boundaries, so watch over your shoulder. She might find you lonesome, take you away. You might find salvation once she's come to your chamber and given you a morning when there's nothing left to say. Her eyes cry sweet tears like the flowers in the tundra, clearing her path from that long ago gone cold. Every tear melts and more tears are falling between her feet. Lies a path turning gold.
She was talking about breaking down in the colors of the summer.
I don't know why we didn't put that in the set list for the last 10 years, but it's a good one.
Yeah, we've been through different phases. You know, we have 5 albums together now, and that second album, we toured a lot, the first album obviously, and the last few years we've been kind of touring the last 3 albums. So yeah, if it's not on an album, we haven't tended to play it as much, but sometimes there's other songs you just kind of have to put in the mix.
So that one isn't released by us, but I put it out on one of my 125 albums. So get listening, folks.
Dan has a lot of material you can check
I
out.
have more albums than fans. But that can change any time, so that's why I figured might as well get them all recorded and get them done. And now they are done. And I wanted to say today, it's really cool too that we're getting a chance to play some of these songs. Like this next one is called Carry Our Bones that Laural wrote here, and I wrote the groove on the guitar and some stuff, but it's really nice to do this song in the show. Got a couple more songs. And then we'll go over to that CD tent over there. There's our CD suitcase over there. And we do have CDs for sale. We have a good deal today, 1 for 10, 2 for 20, 3 for 30, 4 for 40.
And a cassette if you're one of the lucky 2.
Yeah,
and a cassette for free.
And actually, Laurel's first CD, there's
Actually,
copies here of
I
that
have
too.
a couple, we both have a couple copies of previous
Yeah.
albums.
So how's it sound out there? Everyone digging it? Sounds great, eh? So,
Staying cool enough?
yeah, I hope you guys are covering your heads and drinking fluid. One thing we want to mention, we have to introduce our third band member. People always ask us about this microphone, and this is called ear trumpet microphones. They come out of Portland, Oregon, and you could go buy your own, actually, for your own gigs. And because everyone here's a singer-songwriter with an album out. So anyway, this here is basically brand new components in an old style looking microphone. So it's pretty cool.
Her name is Myrtle.
Myrtle. All right, let's give her a look. 1, 2.
Preacher man braced against the wind, flashlight bending wide, trying to catch the souls as they fall. Oh, preacher man, don't think you're to blame. We all must carry our bones. Sad mother holding tight the child, this to make him happy, that to make a memory. He's the one. Sad mother will lean on in the end. When home must carry our bones. When bones break, we all must shake. Shattered dreams are built on castles, built on down the roads and fences, and we all must carry our bones. Preacher man screaming to the sky, tell them all to listen, hold the stern and steer clear for your life. Oh, preacher man, will this be the day when we all must carry our bones? When bones break, we all must shake. Shattered dreams are built on castles, built on down the roads we fastest, and we all must carry our bones. Even when saints gamble our peace, we wear ourselves like tattered robes. We all must carry our bones. Watching dust we leave behind. Sad mother steps into the light, and there she goes, carrying her bones.
Party on!
Burning bones break, we all mother shake. Shattered dreams that built our castles, built on down and frozen rest, and all must carry our bones. Carry our bones, carry our bones,
Carry your
carry our
bones,
carry our bones,
carry your bones,
bones,
carry your bones,
carry our bones, carry our bones,
yeah.
carry our bones.
Thank you. I'm going to just do a couple more quick songs here and let the next group take the stage. This is a nice song that Dan wrote called I Always Dream.
I always dream. I've always dreamed of taking her places, showing her mountains, walking by the sea. And I always wish for the deck of aces, but I'll take anything good fortune hands to me. I see her smiling softly at my bad joke. Hear her laughter echo in my mind. Feel the wheels take me where I miss her. Long shadows pass before my lonely eyes. Hands to me. She's the freedom I've always wanted. She's the meaning to this long story I told. She's the caress that I want in my longing. She's the greatest hand that I can hold. I always dream of taking her places, showing her mountains, walking by the sea. I always wish for the deck of aces, but I'll take anything good fortune hands to me.
Rock and roll.
So we have one more song, and this one also has a music video that came out a few months ago. It's called New York City Sundance, and we had a fun time putting that one together as well. Dan wrote this one about 23 years ago, 2001.
Yeah, back when I had hair.
And he got hired.
Yeah.
He got hired
Solidarity.
too. Nice.
Solidarity,
Nice.
man.
Bald is beautiful, as
Bald
they say.
is beautiful, man. I stand on my ground.
I
Oh, you
know.
should go shave your heads tonight and jump in a lake head first like I did when I shaved my head. Greatest feeling you'll ever have in your life. It was
Refreshing.
the best feeling, yeah.
But yeah, so Dan had hair, and he was also
Had hair.
hired to play some festivals, including the Winnipeg Folk Festival. And
I should tell the story because it's like
The-
really wild story. Do you think we have time to tell a little story about a song? Okay, this story, it's kind of wild, but one day I was living with a girl in Winnipeg, and it was a lot of fun. And then one day, the roommate that she brought in for about a week or two, I found out they'd been sleeping together. So I was like pretty pissed off, and I remember throwing a crock pot on the floor really hard, and then the guy left within 5 minutes. He moved out. And it was just really crazy. And then I had a gig that night at a bar called the Blue Note in Winnipeg. And so I'm on stage playing blues the whole entire time, pissed off, like this. Well, she left me this morning, yeah, I just don't want to know more. That kind of stuff. And in walks 3 folks. They come through and sit in the front table. Everyone else is scared, except them. So they sat there and they're dressed up full like native dress. It was like really intense. They had feathers, it was really beautiful. I'm gonna go sit with those guys during the break, so I went and sat with them. And then they said, oh, we really like your guitar playing. Would you like to come play the Winnipeg Folk Festival with us this summer? I'm like, absolutely, I'd love to. Played there a few times on my own and would like to play again. Good food backstage, you know. And so anyway, they said, okay, we'll get you a gig. And they say, come to the little rehearsal. We're doing native traditional music. And I said, oh, that sounds great. I love that music. That's beautiful. So they said, okay, we're called Onjida, which is like Ojibwe and Cree language mixed together. And so I came in and I started playing with them, and they're doing their song with their drum, going, ho. And I'm going, okay, I'll play. It sounds like they're in D. I got a good ear, so I was going, ho. And they're like, no, we don't want any strumming. And I said, why? That's 90% of what I do. And they said, well, do something. You're doing something different at the gig that we saw you at. And I was like, okay, so I'll just go like this. I'm just playing the bass note on the guitar. And like, no, we don't want any single notes. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what this is for. It's a prop, I guess. You know, Elvis did that. You know, could be like that, right? So anyway, they said, oh, there was some banging sound you did. And I went, I figured it out because I was pissed off that night. I was banging on my guitar like this. And it was making a booming sound because the pickup winds up picking up all of the low end and the boom. So what they wanted, which I wound up doing for $500 that weekend, was this. Plugged into the system, and they're going, and it sounded 10 times bigger than their drum. And then I got this gig, and they said, can you come play a festival with us later this summer at the Akwesasne First Nation Mohawk Native Reservation out near upstate New York? And I said, sure, I'll go. Sounds good. We all loaded into a 1992 Dodge minivan, me and 6 other people, shoulder to shoulder. The stupid thing broke down in Malone, New York, about 20 miles from where we were going that summer. And I said, this sucks, but I wrote a song. I ain't got a home. I'm broke down, stuck in Malone. Don't throw this dog no bone. It can't run anymore. Broke down, stuck in Malone. Right? But the best song I wrote that entire time was based on a situation where we were stranded. We played the festival, we got there, we did it, and then one elder let us stay in a trailer. Us Winnipeg guys, me and 2 other Winnipeg guys in a trailer. For 3 weeks we were there, and we're hanging out with the natives and loved it. Beautiful, you know, a really great place to be. Look up Akwesasne sometime. But what happened was, I started getting restless and going, we're running out of money. What are we gonna do? We're not gonna just leech off these people and live here forever. And one night I was playing around the campfire, and a guy said, this guy knows every frickin' song in the book. Why don't we put together a car wash and get him to show up with his guitar, and any song that anyone wants, he knows, and can play it for them while we're washing the car. And so within 3 hours of being there, we raised $600 for us sorry saps to get our butts and buses back to Winnipeg. So it was like one guy shows up for a, hey man, can you play any Beatles? Yeah. Right? Or does he know any Pink Floyd? Taking away
the moments that take up the all day, right?
Does he know any Cyndi Lauper? Oh, yeah.
Come home in the middle of the night. My mother says, when you gonna live your life right?
Does he know any Duran Duran?
Dark in the city, and that is a wire. Steam in the subway, earth is a fire.
Does he know any Bob Dylan?
Well, once upon a time, you're just so fine. Through the bumps of time.
Does he know any Neil Young? Oh, no, never mind, that one. Sorry, I got you there. All right, how about Neil Young, right?
Think I wanna go back home and take it easy.
Drop my pick, uh-oh. The spirit of Neil is here. Get that pick out of that guy's hands. Anyway, so we went back home, but the night before we went home, the elder came up and said, we'd like to have you come down to a sweat lodge. And I'd never been to one before. I was like, that sounds good, because the nights were getting a little chilly. So I showed up with a white towel on my shoulder, and the native elder said, you know, this isn't Club Med, buddy. This is like a spiritual rebirth experience you're gonna go through. I was like, oh, okay. So I went in this amazing sweat lodge, and 3 hours later I came out and I wrote this song, New York City Sundance, in August of 2001. And then about a month later, the song took on a whole new meaning when the trade towers went down. So it's just really interesting how these really quite profound moments happen sometimes, and you channel something special. So thanks again, everyone, for being so great to play for.
Thank you so much. We're looking forward to River Voices and the Century Tribe and the Transducers. You have definitely picked the place to be today, I think.
We'll just go over there for a bit after to sign CDs if you're interested and talk to you a bit. But yeah, thank you.
It's a New York City Sundance. I was breathing all the air. It's about time I got the word out of my head. The gods, they must be crazy, 'cause I said it to the sun. This feeling that I hoped one day I'd become someone you can call me friend. But it better feel that way, 'cause I'm young inside, living no lies, loving something with my faith, yeah, 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 loving something with my faith, yeah, yeah, yeah. My peace is all that I have, and I've been steering clear from the dark. And I was watching the wheels on fire while I lit my spark. Oh, and everywhere I was hungry, everywhere I was free, I was inside paying homage to the outsider in me. You can call me friend, but it better feel that way, yeah, 'cause I'm young inside, living no lies, loving something with my you better feel that way. 'Cause I'm young inside, living no lies, loving something with my faith, yeah, yeah, yeah. Loving something with my faith, yeah, yeah, yeah. Loving something with my faith, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm loving something with my faith, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Thank you.
Let's hear it for Dan, Frechette, and Laural Thomsen. And wow, you can see them play all around the Bay Area, and they also, if you're in Canada, you might catch them there traveling. They do quite a bit of touring. And of course, Dan is very well known for his Beatles jam. I don't know how many he's done, but quite a few. 31 and counting. So once again, thank you, Dan and Laural. Thank you. Okay, don't go away, anybody, because coming up next, River Voices. And while I'm up here, I want to thank our sound man, Jason Stout, who also plays with the Transducers, making this possible. And you'll probably see some guys with cameras that James Chang and Bill Brown, they capture all the music around the peninsula of the events and make it possible. So once again, we've got raffle tickets for Guitars Not Guns. It's a Todd Rundgren autographed guitar. We will announce the winner at the West End celebration. But tickets are available there and information on K-Squid Radio. So refresh your wine, your drink, whatever, and we'll be right back with River Voices. Thank you.